Hello one and all, my name is Stu Passmore. Thanks so much for being with me here again today. The Ontario government is finally going to let the slaves breathe again. No one ever had the right to put a mask on you. A lot of people have different lines in the sand that they draw, but mine was definitely blocking my airway. You know, no one's gonna do that to me no matter what. I would rather be dead than walking around wearing a fucking face muzzle. It's a slave muzzle. This is seriously what it is. We need to get down to brass tacks. And the mandates were never really mandates. I made a video in 2020 telling everyone what the actual laws are. There are, even if you go by the book definitions of these quote unquote mandates, there's exemptions. So all you ever had to say was, I have an exemption, or no, I can't wear one for whatever reason, or just don't talk at all. I think people opening their mouth usually gets them in more trouble than if they just shut up, you know? So today's video, I'm really going to be focusing on the media and what they're doing to us. So the mainstream media especially likes to keep people either in two forms of thought. One of those is going to be fear. So they're always coming at you with fear of chaos. Look what they do with the weather. If it ever snows or rains or there's a little bit more wind, there'll be like a giant red banner saying, you know, snow, rain, tornado, hurricane. They always are pushing wars, even if it's across the globe in, you know, Russia or Afghanistan or something like that. But war, death, murder, how your society is just a horrible place and you need the protectors to be there for you because God forbid you should be on your own without your proxy parents in the government, right? They're always pushing illness. We're on year 3 of COVID tyranny, and all these mandates, they're just going to come back in the fall. So get ready, learn the law. You don't have to follow any of them. So illness, it could be cancer, it could be, you know, oh, Lyme disease is back. They push a lot of different things. They tell you to stay out of the sun, even though the sun is the source of all life in the universe. So they tell you things that are usually the opposite of what is true. The sun is very good for you. I like to wake up in the morning, even get up extra early, just so I can be within that 1 hour window where you can stare directly into the sun. It feels like it recharges your entire body. And you've heard this since you were a child. You know, you need to wear sunglasses all the time. Don't ever look directly into the sun, but just stare into the sun for 30 seconds, either within an hour of it rising or setting. And you'll feel so much better. I swear. I don't know why, but it just works. It's like recharging your body with light and you just feel great. Morning or at night. If you can do both, that's even great too. Another great fear technique the media likes to use is the economy collapsing. Everyone should be pretty much having parties all the time. The Western world is largely out of, you know, overt slavery where our ancestors would have been, you know, plowing away in the fields for 12 hours a day. A lot of people's kids used to be, you know, killed for whatever reason. Like, that's why a lot of families would try and have like 10 kids because like 4 of them used to die out of 10. And now we're in a place where pretty much everyone is fed, housed, clothed, and people have just unbelievable amounts of disposable income. Yet apparently the economy is going to collapse any day now. It's been like this since I was a kid. The economy is whatever you make of it, right? Like you can have your little micro economy where you grow your own food, you harvest your own Bitcoin even, and you just do all your stuff, and you can even expand this out to the community, right? And with the gas prices right now, like I'm in a parking lot that I really enjoy being in. I've probably spent hours and hours in this parking lot just doing whatever, right? So there's electric car charging ports like all over the city now. And these are free. You just plug your car in and then, you know, go on your way. It's kind of interesting the way that we're going. Like I was told growing up that, you know, the robots were going to take all of our jobs, and half of me is going like, great, like we don't have to spend 12 hours a day at the factory? Like, fantastic. We can get to painting, or we can get to like whatever other hobby, or, you know, growing food, growing whatever, medicinal herbs, whatever you like to do. I thought that was going to be a good thing, but apparently the economy is going to collapse any day, even though there's no real sign of that happening. Like, you can drive in any neighborhood in Canada and they probably have running water, electricity, sewage, etc. Don't believe all this media garbage. Like, even the alternative media is really, really bad when it comes to the fear. But the second part of this, when they're not pumping you full of fear, they're pumping you with distractions. This one takes a lot of people, and it takes away like a large portion of their life, because pro sports, this is one of the most time-consuming activities. Someone who's like a youthful person with a lot of energy, and they want you to focus on sports and entertainment, because young people in society, if they ever knew how badly they were being screwed over by governments, by lawyers, and by the corporations, they might actually rebel. But if you can get them to focus on sports teams, if you can get them to focus on celebrities, what's Paris Hilton doing this week, and Kim Kardashian has a new boyfriend, etc., etc. Young people would be livid if they actually knew and understood what was going on. So they're going to be having you in a state of fear, because fearful people are easier to control. And check out Edward Bernays' book. He was a real master propagandist, and he really wrote it out, like, for anyone to go and really read it. And, you can buy it on Amazon, or you can, I'm not really sure the legality of like sharing books, but if you can buy it, buy it. But if you can't, you can get it online, but I don't know if I can really recommend that. So fear and distraction, and they do this for a lot of reasons, to get you off the trail, to get you off of the path of seeking truth and realizing who you really are. We live in an absolutely wonderful world, and it's just magic. There are just moments you have with people that just could never be replaced by anything else. No amount of money, no amount of, material possessions could ever replace it, right? So, don't stay off the mainstream media. I want people to watch the media and just learn what they're doing. You can get into a more technical way of explaining this in the color frequencies that they use. Like, they use a lot of blues because it puts people into a more accepting, passive state. When people get off work and they've just been working at the factory for 12 hours in a labor position, they're going to be just kind of wanting to, turn the steam valve on, and that's when they're most susceptible to propaganda. So they're going to be hitting you with a lot of blues and a lot of reds. So watch the broadcasts in your local area. It's the same everywhere. I've studied this in many different countries: Australia, New Zealand, Peru, Canada, United States. Always the evening news is going to be a lot of blues and a lot of reds, but reds are going to be used more in sporting events, where they're really pushing like hardcore advertising with a bunch of other messaging in that too. I know I'm hitting with you guys with a lot, but it's just all, like, I've been studying this stuff really since I was a kid, when I would watch TV and there would be like a subliminal message or an advertisement playing 3 times in a row, and you would ask, like, why is this playing 3 times in a row? Like, did they buy up every single advertising spot on this commercial? Like, come on now. So moving on, like, I think being good with money is a very, very sign of a trustworthy person. So I am not throwing stones. Now, in my 20s, I had a few years where I wasn't good with money at all. In fact, I was pretty terrible with money. But even when I was like under 10 years old, I would always save money. And from 10 to 20, I was really great with money. And I feel like I'm back to a place where, I'm a responsible person with money. And I'm bringing this up largely because there's elections around the corner, and they're all saying, tax the rich. And that is an absolute ridiculous thing to say, because why would you take money and financial prosperity from people who have generated and proven themselves to be good with money? And these people they aren't stupid with their finances, and they put their money in the right place. Like, they have their money making money, and when they're sleeping, they're still making money. So taxing the rich, imagine giving wealth to all of these stupid fucking communists. They would blow it. If you gave $1 million to the average person on the street, they would completely blow it. It would take them no time at all. So this whole tax the rich thing I've been seeing all over Ontario is a complete joke. And yes, there are rich people who are assholes, but most of them aren't. Most of them really earned it. And to advocate theft is wrong. And people don't even know how stupid they sound when they say tax the rich. That's like saying steal. Go point guns at people and steal their shit and give it to us. Because yeah, these fucking maggots have proven themselves so good with money that they're advocating theft. You know, give me a fucking break. And I'm not a conservative. I just understand, you know, you can't steal from people, especially the hardest working people and the people who have proven themselves to be very good with money. I have a couple just easy ways to save yourself thousands of dollars, and these are everyday things that I see people making these mistakes all the time. Tim Hortons for breakfast. Like, stop going out to Starbucks. Stop going out to Tim Hortons. There's no reason you can't make your own coffee or tea. And honestly, you should be drinking more clear liquids as it is. Like, clear liquids are better for the body. They help you dissolve, you know, your food better. They help you dissolve the good nutrients in your food better. And, you know, coffee is an addictive stimulant drug. It wreaks havoc on the nervous system. But if you have to drink coffee, like, make it your home by yourself. It costs like $1 for a whole pot of coffee, and that's probably even stretching it. And tea is even cheaper. Tea is probably like 5 cents a bag. So if you get a bagel and a coffee every morning and you're sitting in the drive-thru, that's like $5 a day. And that's what, $3,000 a year if you do that every day. And that's just beyond just going out for lunch every day and stuff like that. So, you know, cut out the Tim Hortons. Use cash. This is one I've always recommended because every study has shown that people just spend less with cash when you compare it to the tap pays, the credit cards, or any other kind of digital payment, because there's a real pain you get when you hand over something with, you know, Thomas Jefferson. Was he on the dollar bill or any of the Queen's heads on it? So, you know, use cash. Don't use Tim Hortons. And you want to prove to people that you are good with money by making sacrifices and by proving that, you know, if someone were to give you money, then you wouldn't just blow it. You know, you don't want to be one of those people who are like, oh, well, tax the rich, and everyone's looking at you going like, what? Like, so you can buy like a pack of cigarettes and some booze? Like, give me a break. You would blow that money in 6 months. I think it's really important to be good with money, and it's something that, you know, I strive to, you know, really just get better at every day. So, you know, masks are going to be ending soon in Ontario, but I mean, guys, just understand Canadian law. You never had to wear a mask. No one is your authority. You own yourself, and the other people you see own themselves. So start acting like it. If you want to stop being treated like a slave and getting told to wear a mask and take drugs, then stop acting like slaves. Take control of your body. Like, I took control of this vessel a long time ago. No, I don't expect everyone else to be at a point where they can just speak the way I kind of do and act like I do, but it's nice to see more and more people coming online, and goddamn, like, I hope people finally take these masks off, because let's get back to some sense of sanity here. And oh yeah, all these mandates being lifted, they're all just going to be back in the fall. Masks are going to be back. They've already hinted at this. Public Health Canada, Theresa Tam, are saying, you know, yeah, we'll probably need to bring them back. And by that, they mean boosters are going to be mandated on your federally regulated vaccine passport. So get ready for that. So yeah, anyways, I'm pretty excited right now because I am very likely going to be heading east to the ocean, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, PEI, hopefully, and I can't wait to go there because I never got to go there as a kid. I always looked west. And even when I was growing up towards, you know, age 30, I never even thought about going to the East Coast. But I'm just going to go, and I'm just going to look at some properties, try and have some fun, take some great photos, bring freedom, and hopefully get a bunch of skate sessions in, because there's some great surfing out there, and there's also some great skating. And maybe I can do some like early season camping and get some great footage for the channel. So this one kind of went a little longer than I had hoped, but I hope I kind of covered, you know, what the media is doing to us, the real position we are in, which is not as bad as either media, the mainstream or the alternative, is portraying it. Like, we should be doing backflips in the how far humanity has come, especially, you know, technologically, and how we can pretty much feed everyone on Earth without even lifting a finger. Like, we build robots to do things for us now, right? So anyways, that's just today's little video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like down below. Peace out.